Hello, in this short video, I will discuss the termination of the listing agreement and firing your real estate agent, why and how. So grab a coffee and relax. Now let's begin. Meet Jane and John. Jane and John decided to sell their home. They know choosing the right real estate agent is one of the essential parts of the process. Despite taking all the precautions, they still end up with an undesirable agent. Regrettably, they concluded that they no longer want to work with them and they're willing to fire their agent. John was quick to say, "My home, my decision. I changed my mind." That's true, but not so fast. There's the listing agreement, a contract to protect you, the seller, and the agents representing you. Let's begin by understanding the listing agreement first. What is a listing agreement? A listing agreement is a contract between the sellers and real estate brokerage, not the agent. The contract is legally binding, so as a seller, you cannot simply walk away and fire your agent. The listing agreement contains terms to protect home sellers and the real estate agents. As you imagine, there are several types of listing agreements. For this article, we will focus on the most common, the exclusive right to sell listing. Industry experts believe over 99% of the contracts are the exclusive right to sell listing. The exclusive right to sell listing is a legally binding contract that provides the real estate agent total control over the selling process, including but not limited to the rights to market the house, list the house on the MLS, negotiate on your behalf, and receive the commission once the deal is closed. Let's look at the question, why should you fire your agent? Selling a home is an emotional process and things can go wrong. The best scenario would be to work out the difficulties with the agent and continue. However, if you have concluded that it is no longer feasible or perhaps harmful to work with the agent, you may take the necessary steps to terminate the agreement. Here are some valid reasons to fire your real estate agent. Agents need to have the experience of selling and buying process and especially negotiation to get the top dollar. In addition, professional agents will make the selling process a seamless and pleasant experience for the sellers. It is crucial to make sure you are working with a seasoned agent, otherwise it will cost you dearly. Sellers hire real estate agents for effective communication, which is vital for many A to Z steps of selling a home. If you know your agent has a communication issue with you or others, you have a valid reason to part away from your agent. Real estate agents carry out most of the daily tasks of selling your home. However, you, the seller, make the final decisions. For practical decision making to get the most for your home, you and your agent must be fully compatible. You may realize you are not incompatible with your agent, which warrants the breaking of the contract. In my opinion, marketing ought to be on top of the list of sellers' dissatisfaction. However, marketing is not on top of the mind until a few months has passed and the possibility of selling your home to highest potential value is fading away. The seller's blind trust of agents to do their marketing to high standard means they leave a lot of money on the table. Here are some of the marketing that sellers should ask and follow up during the selling process. The professional photographs and possibly videos of your home, online marketing including but not limited to website, social media and YouTube, professional printout brochures. The cornerstone of real estate industry is professionalism. The word professionalism is the most overused, yet it is the most ignored quality in the industry. Here's some unprofessional behavior that may prompt the sellers to fire their agents. Not fulfilling the duties as a real estate agent, avoiding the agreed commitments, lack of commitment, misrepresentation, and finally lying. To get the full picture, we should also look at the agent's perspective. To be fair, it's not always agent's fault. It is more common than you might know. Top agents do walk away from unreasonable sellers. Some agents try to work with such sellers, but it's not easy and on occasions not healthy. The most common source of friction is home pricing, or the gap between the agent's estimate of actual value and the seller's price. Overpricing home is typically the reason most homes do not sell. Overlooking the real problem, sellers may begin pointing finger at their agents. The second on the list is the know-it-all clients. Although some experienced agents can overcome the challenge, it is a common source of dispute. Such sellers may ask for ineffective marketing or selling strategies that professional agents will avoid. The bottom line is, if you have hired the top experts in the field, give them the elbow room to do their work. Finally, it could be a simple case of miscommunication. The seller may expect and ask for a particular commitment. However, the agent may not know it. The agents may do certain things that are a source of upset to the seller. So a simple communication from the seller may give the agent a chance to remedy the issue. All said and done, and you decided to fire your real estate agent and terminate the listing agreement. Keep in mind, most people, including agents, do not want aggravation, and they hope to resolve the matter as much as you want. You should communicate your observation and unhappiness with the service and request to be released from the contract. At this point, your real estate agent may agree or dismiss the idea of early termination. Next, we look at both scenarios. If your agent agrees with the early termination, that means both sides release each other from the agreement. As with any legal matters, make sure you have everything on the paper. A word of caution, the listing agreement may enlist several expenses that the agents typically incur, for example, professional photography, advertising, and videography costs. These expenses are added before signing the agreement, and additional costs cannot be added later. You may be responsible for reimbursing your agent for such expenses. However, if your real estate agent disagreed with early termination, it's not over yet. Remember, the agreement is between you and the brokerage, hence you may take your case to the brokerage. Do not storm into the brokerage demanding to be released from the contract. Instead, prepare a list of items that concern you and why you are unhappy with the agent or perhaps with the brokerage itself. Most brokerages, notably smaller community-based ones, are wary of their brand name in the community, and they do not want to chain a client to a contract if the client is unhappy. These are all good reasons to release you from listing agreement. For the duration of this article, we have focused on the exclusive right to sell listing agreement. Often this agreement will have the safety protection clause. The safety protection clause qualifies a real estate agent to commission even after the listing agreement is cancelled or expired. Here how it works. Suppose your listing agent had brought a buyer for showing, and that buyer ultimately buys your home. In that case, your real estate agent may have a claim for commission, regardless of the agreement being cancelled or expired. The protection period clause is to discourage such a side deals and hence future legal issues. The seller may end up paying the sales commission and hefty legal fees as well. You can avoid many of these foreseeable issues just by waiting until the contract expires. It is an option worth considering. However, that depends on how long is left from the expiry date, how urgent it is to sell your home, real estate market conditions, and so on. It will be best if you try to avoid hiring the wrong real estate agents to begin with. Here are some quick guidelines. Focus on the local experts. Do your homework to get to know them. Interview each agent carefully and read the agreement and consult with your lawyer. Regardless of how much you try, things can go wrong. If you need to fire your agent, resort to communication with the agent and the broker to a peaceful release. Avoid breaching your contract. Legal battles are costly both financially and mentally. Hello, this is David K., local realtor serving Willowdale. Thank you for watching my video. Contact me with your questions.